This is Ron with ProCare Medical Equipment.
Please follow the recommended maintenance process provided by your unit's manufacturer. Ensure the unit is unplugged and powered off. Note that all equipment is cleaned with a germicidal solution prior to entering our repair department. We begin the preventative maintenance by cleaning the unit thoroughly with an approved disinfectant and a clean cloth. Clean all sides, the top and the bottom. For the hard-to-reach places, like the air vents, we'll use small hand tools like cotton swabs or toothbrushes. While cleaning, visually inspect the unit for any damage or missing components. Cracked wheels and damaged power cords are common issues, so check for bent prongs or stripped wire insulation. Remove the exterior filter cover using a flathead screwdriver for leverage if necessary. Use light pressure to avoid any damage. Remove the cover and then the filter, wipe it clean, and set it aside. Now this unit is different from some others in that the Everflo Q is designed in such a way we can lay it down on its face for this next section. After we've removed the filter, lay the unit down before removing the 6 screws. Use a standard number 2 Phillips to remove the 2 handle screws up top, then use a 5/16 bit to remove the other 4 and set them aside. Now that the screws have been removed, grab the humidifier bottle strap and the caster located diagonally from it. Gently separate the front and back of the unit. Now that the unit is open, we can assess how truly dirty the concentrator is and decide which tools will be best. You can see the dust that has accumulated over time. This foam inside is for sound deadening. It works well, but it also traps dust, which leads to overheated machines. Given the amount of dust, we'll now move this unit outside to clean it out using our air compressor, rather than use our vacuum. When blowing the machine out, you'll notice a lot of dust. We recommend you stay upwind, use a fan, or wear a mask. Be sure to cover the air inlet hose, as our tech does here with his finger, to keep dust from entering the compressor. You can also reinsert the filter we just removed for this step. Removing the dust will decrease how hot the machine's internals can get. An overheated concentrator will be more prone to failure. Under the white plastic cover on the right side is the unit's control board. Be sure not to get that wet at any point during this cleaning process. This square fan pulls air through the vent on the rear and then across and into the compressor. So it's very important to make sure the fan is also clean and secured in its housing correctly. This fan not only supplies room air to the compressor, but also helps to cool the machine. When lifting the fan for cleaning, be sure not to lose the plastic spacer used to hold the wires in place while the machine is closed and operating. After blowing the dust out, go over the internals one more time with your cleaning tools. Proceed to give everything one more wipe down. Remember that dust equals heat. Some of the smaller cooling fins in these machines will trap a lot of dust, and that can be quite hard to reach, so use a long bristle brush to get any remaining dust. Ensure the plastic fan guard is safely back in place, and that no cords are pinched. Make sure the fan is oriented correctly as well. The fan guard side should face the compressor, and the air inlet side should face out towards the sieve canisters. Now that we're ready to put the unit back together, The first thing to do is place the compressor inlet hose back into its notch. If the hose isn't aligned, the unit will not close correctly. In this unit, the compressor will self-align by design when stood up, as it's suspended from springs attached to a metal rod. Make sure nothing is riding this ridge or spine along the middle of the machine, as it will be pinched and damaged when we reseal the unit's casing. Now we can put it back together using the same methods from earlier, but in reverse. Be mindful of the power cord on the inside of the rear panel to avoid any pinching. Take your time to ensure the grooves line up correctly. It should almost fall into place once lined up. If using power tools, use very low torque to not damage the plastic housing. The plastic is very soft, and over-tightening a screw can cause the entire case to crack. Replace all 6 screws before riding the concentrator.
So now we've got the unit stood back up. We're just going to kind of go over it a little bit, just fine-tooth comb, just make sure everything is all looking pretty good. We're also going to put in our bacteria filter. And just as we've done before, what we're going to do is we're going to date the filter, and then after we have it running, we're going to log the hours. But you can't tell what the hours are until it's powered up. So we're just going to go with today's date. Do that with a Sharpie. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this in. Just pops in just like that. I'm gonna leave the cover off for the moment because I still got to do some. I've got to record the hours, so I'm just gonna make sure now that it was blown off with the compressor. Just make sure you got it. Now, basically, what we're ready to do is we're gonna get it started up and get it tested. This is the time that I always take a look at the power cord. And as I stated earlier, I'm looking to make sure the spring relief is good. And I'm going to kind of go through the cord itself. And I'm just going to make sure that there's no bare insulation anywhere, any kind of wires and stuff. So everything is going to look pretty good there. And the prongs look good. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to plug this in. So first off, we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn it on. So there's our lights. Let's turn down. Got it green, so we're good there. Then what we want to do is we're going to adjust our flow meter here to 5 liters per minute. When we're doing the test on these, we're going to do them as a 20-minute test at full liter flow. And we're looking for anything 90% or higher for purity, and that'll be good to go. So the other thing I'm going to do, turn this just a little bit. I'm going to record the hours and our asset number. That's how we keep track of our products or our equipment. It's how we can check to make sure this concentrator is in compliance. So it's got all the pertinent data on it. It's got our identification number. If it's one of ours, it's going to have an asset number. If we're out in the field and it's a facility owned, we'll go off of the serial number, which is right here. Then we'll also ID it with what it is. This happens to be a EFQ, which is just Everflo Quiet. We're going to log the hours down, and then purity, liter flow, date, and we're going to show it. But there's like 3 or 4 stickers on this one, so I think it would be a good idea for us to peel this off so we can put a new sticker on there. So the other thing we can do while we're waiting for our 20 minutes, we want to make sure that this unit's got its appropriate stickers. So With these EFQs, they don't have what the required labeling on them, which that leads us to make sure that that's done. This one here, most critical sticker in the world right there. No smoking, no vaping. Oxygen is flammable, and we don't want that to happen. So make sure that that sticker's on there. For us here, we just make sure we have an asset sticker, and also that it designates it belongs to ProCare. So it's been 20 minutes since we started this guy up. So we're looking for, we want a 90% or higher on the purity scale, and then on liters flow, liter per minute, what we're looking for is around 5. We can be just a little under, a little over. So this guy is running at 94.2, between 5.1 and 5.2 liters per minute. So we are good to go there. And then, like on all concentrators, the final test has to be power loss alarm. Again, just because if get power outage, something goes wrong with the machine, it shuts down. Patient needs, it's a signal for them to go to auxiliary oxygen. So basically what we're going to do here is we are just going to unplug it with that unit staying on, and we should get an alarm. Everybody's concentrators act a little bit different when it comes to a power loss alarm. Just the key is that it actually has that alarm works. So that's really it with these guys as far as preventive maintenances go.